This video is about preterm labor and advanced tocolytic strategies. And we will give a comprehensive overview of the modern approaches in managing preterm labor. What is the definition of preterm labor? Preterm labor refers to regular uterine contractions accompanied by cervical changes occurring before 37 weeks of gestation. It remains a major cause of neonatal morbidity and mortality worldwide. Early identification and timely intervention can improve neonatal outcomes. Tocolytics are medications used to suppress uterine contractions temporarily. The primary goal of tocolysis is not to stop labor indefinitely, but to delay delivery long enough to administer antenatal corticosteroids, allow magnesium sulfate for neuroprotection, arrange maternal transfer to a tertiary care facility, and treat underlying reversible causes. What is the pathophysiology of preterm labor? Preterm labor is multifactorial and involves several processes, which include, first of all, the inflammatory activation. Infections such as chorioamnionitis, bacterial vaginosis, and UTI results in cytokine production and prostaglandin release, which can cause the contractions. The second cause is mechanical stretch. Multiple pregnancy or polyhydramnion lead to uterine distension. Oxytocin receptor upregulation is there, and another cause is that of the decidual hemorrhage. In fact, the abruption may lead to thrombin release and it causes the contractions directly. Another important point is about the endocrine pathway. In fact, the stress lead to the release of corticotropin releasing hormone from placenta that results in cortisol, and that stimulates the labor cascade. Now we will talk about the advanced tocolytic strategies. The first line tocolytics includes calcium channel blockers like nifedipine, the NSAIDs like indomethacin, and beta blockers like terbutaline. The calcium channel blocker, like nifedipine, has got the mechanism of action involving the calcium. It inhibits the calcium influx into myometrial cells that leads to relaxation. The advantage is that it is most effective first line. It has got fewer maternal side effects. The dosing is 20 to 30 milligram. Loading and maintenance is 10 to 20 milligram every 6 to 8 hours. It is contraindicated in severe hypotension and cardiac conduction abnormalities. The next is that of the NSAIDs like indomethacin. Mechanism is that it inhibits the prostaglandin synthesis. It is best for the gestation of less than 32 weeks. Dosing is loading dose 50 to 100 milligram, either oral or rectal. Maintenance dose is 25 milligram every 4 to 6 hours. There are risks of oligohydramnios and premature ductus arteriosus closure if it is given after 32 weeks. The indications include short-term use when rapid effect is needed. Next is that of the beta agonist like terbutaline. Mechanism of action is that it stimulates beta 2 receptors, which causes smooth muscle relaxation. The side effects include the tachycardia, hyperglycemia, and pulmonary edema, and it is used when other agents are contraindicated. The second line or the rescue tocolytics include magnesium sulfate and oxytocin receptor antagonists like etosiban. Magnesium sulfate primary role is neuroprotection if it is given less than 32 weeks against the cerebral palsy. So, along with the tocolysis, it is also used for the neuroprotection as a primary role. The secondary effect is, in fact, the mild tocolysis, and the dosing is 4 to 5 gram bolus, usually 4 gram bolus, and 1 to 2 grams per hour as an infusion. Oxytocin receptor antagonist like etosiban is not widely available in all regions. Advantage is that it has got fast action, it has got minimal maternal side effects, and mechanism is that it has got direct oxytocin inhibition effect. The third one is combination tocolysis, which is in fact an advanced approach. It is used in refractory preterm labor and that include the nifedipine and indomethacin as a short term, and atosiban plus steroids plus magnesium combination therapy can increase success but requires expert monitoring at the same time. The adjunctive therapies include antenatal corticosteroids. The most common include the betamethasone or dexamethasone, and these reduce the respiratory distress syndrome, intraventricular hemorrhage, necrotizing enterocolitis. These are optimal when given 24 to 48 hours before the delivery. Adjunctive therapies also include the magnesium sulfate for neuroprotection. These are given when gestation age is less than 32 weeks. Antibiotics are only indicated if there is PPROM infection or positive cultures. Bed rest and hydration is a very important supportive measure. It is not strongly recommended but commonly practiced. So here we have management algorithm of the preterm labor. First of all, we need to confirm the preterm labor, rule out contraindication, fetal monitoring should be there. Start first line tocolysis like nifedipine, administer steroids, give magnesium sulfate if less than 32 weeks. Switch to second line tocolytics if resistant, evaluate for underlying causes. So that was all about the preterm labor, advanced tocolytic strategies. Subscribe on Obs Gynae and follow the Facebook page of on Obs Gynae.